Okay, welcome back, dear friends. Today I'd like to continue our series of Vulnhub. The virtual machine would be BassamCTF 1. I will put the link into the description section below so that you can download this virtual machine. Before we begin today's video, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel. I do appreciate your help and support. So now, let's just get started. To save time, I have already imported this virtual machine into the VMware workstation. So now we have already gone into the Kali Linux. As you can see over here, I have already identified the IP address of the virtual machine or target as 144. And then I did the nmap scanning. I did the scene scan, the version scan, the default script scan, and also did the comprehensive scan by specifying the option of -p-. From the nmap scanning results, as you can see over here, the two open ports. The first one is 22, which is running SSH surface. And the actual version information is displayed over here. Of course, as we know, this version doesn't have any vulnerability from the perspective of the penetration. The second one is 80, which is running HTTP surface, and also the actual version information, which is Apache 2. What we are going to do next is to do some enumeration for the 80 port. So now, let's go to the browser of Firefox and visit this IP address. But nothing, this is the blank page. But if we check the source code of this page, there is one comment. It seems like this is a host name. We can put this host name into the host file. We can make a copy and go back to our terminal. Let's put the IP address and paste in here. Okay. Let's confirm the information. I think it's correct. Now we can access this virtual machine by the host name or domain name. We can, this time we got the page with a different content. And also we can check the source code, but nothing special here. So I think now we need to do some furthermore enumeration for this site. For example, we can check whether this site has robots file, but not found. And then, of course, we can do the directory enumeration with GoBuster, like this one. Let's autocomplete this command. But I can tell you we cannot find anything useful. Okay? I don't want the video so long, so I'd like to cancel this process. So maybe you'll be wondering, what can we do next? Maybe we need to find out whether this site has a subdomain. And we can use the fuzz tool to fuzz out the possible subdomain name. And we can do this CTF. And then specify the host field. CTF and specify the word list. Okay, let's hit enter. Okay, a lot of outputs. Maybe we need to add the filter. Let's hit enter again. Okay, we need to filter this also or as well. Okay, we got the subdomain name, which is welcome. So maybe we can add this subdomain into the host file. Okay, and sudo, and we can make a copy, and we can add the subdomain name, sorry, welcome. And this time we can access this subdomain, but nothing special returned. So maybe we need to do some directory enumeration for this subdomain. And we can use the GoBuster. And then let's put the subdomain before the main domain. Welcome. Let's hit enter. Yeah, now we got the one file, which is index.php. Okay. Let's take a look at index. Yeah, now I think this function allow us to download some image. So maybe this function has LFI or local file inclusion vulnerability. For example, we can check whether we can download the password file. Yeah, it does, and we can move from download password file, and we can cut this file, cut the content of this file. I think now we can know this virtual machine has two normal users besides root user. So when we so far we have already know this virtual machine has local file inclusion vulnerability. So the next step would be to see whether there is the private key. Okay, we can try that. We can try the home, and the username is download, but nothing returned. So also we can check whether this local file inclusion vulnerability has also the remote file inclusion vulnerability. And to do that, you can set up the web server and can create the one file, and to see whether through this function or through this page you can download or access this file. But I can tell you, this virtual machine doesn't have the remote file inclusion vulnerability. So also, you know, if we come back to our directory enumeration results, also this virtual machine or under this subdomain has config.php file. So maybe we can retrieve the content by utilizing this local file inclusion vulnerability. Okay, so we just put the name, yeah, download, no problem. And also we can move from downloads directory, config, and we can cut the content of this file. So it says the user is test. Also, we from this file, from the password file, this virtual machine has a test user name, user. So maybe this information can be used to log in via SSH. We can check on that. Test. And the password is test123. Yeah, no problem. And we can spawn the bash shell. And nothing here. And we can go to the home directory. Okay, and we can go to the Bassam directory. There is a down.sh. And if we go to the var directory, go to the www directory, go to the CTF directory, and there is one very special file, my secret password. We can cat them this file, but empty. But from the size, we can know this file must have some information, maybe password. Okay, so maybe this file has some sort of the encryption. And if we go to the root directory, and there is one very special directory, pass program. I think pass means password. And there is decoder, and we can run this file and to decode my secret file. Yeah, this time we have already got the word. And I think this is the password for the killer user. And we can open up another tab and go to the working directory. And we can log in to the virtual machine. And the password is Kira 2003. Yeah, no problem. And also we can check the sudo Kira. Yeah, we can run this command or this shell script to make a lateral movement to this user. But we need to first to check this content of this script. Yeah, I think just display some information and we'll run the command. This is the position parameter. I think we can utilize this to run the command or get the bash. And we can sudo and run this shell script. But also we need to add the position parameter. And your name, we can call it Jason. And now we can check the ID. Now we have already become the Bassam user. And we can check the sudo. And we can run this shell script to get the root privilege. And we can cat the content of this file. Yeah, this shell script will download this shell script and then tunnel to the bash and run this command or run this shell script. So now I think what we are going to do next is to set up or create this shell script on our Kali Linux. And we can, the name should be the same. Should be script. And we can run the command, reverse shell command. I have already opened this Pentest monkey. We can use this one. But of course we need to do some modification. In this case, we need to change the IP address to Kali Linux. But I need to know the IP address of the Kali Linux. Yeah, 143. And the port number. And we can use the 555. Okay. And go back to our terminal. And we can paste in here. No problem. And we need to set up the web server. But this time we need to use the port 80. Because from here, this script will visit or access this website. And the port number is default port number, which is 80. And now we can run. I think we have already prepared everything on the Kali Linux. But on the virtual machine, we need to add this host name to the host file, and we can make a copy. Oh, first we need to put the IP address of the Kali Linux and my website and test, and append to the host file. Okay, no problem. And we can cut the content to confirm we have already configured properly. Yeah, no problem. And now we can run sudo and can run this shell script. Okay. Go back. Yeah, we have already. Oh, sorry. I need to set up the listener first. Very big mistake. And then the Bassam. Maybe we need to run this shell script again. But we need first switch the Kira to the Bassam, right? And ID, yeah, and then run this command. I just make a copy. No, not this one. Maybe no problem. We can sudo and and the whole path. No problem. Yeah, we have already got the reversed shell from the virtual machine. And the ID, which is root user, we can go to the root directory. But in this virtual machine, it's not required to retrieve the root flag. Anyway, we have already got the root shell. Okay, so that's all I'd like to demonstrate in this video. Thank you. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.